Desmond Ridder. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the...
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This take it in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Carolina's offense ready for its first possession, and at the helm, their new QB brought in via trade this offseason. His 5th year now in the NFL, former #1 pick Baker Mayfield.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football outside the 30 to the 29. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on the first offensive play. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question, because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's going to look deep for more. He's got a man, complete. And an excellent gain, 35 yards.
All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What, does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Past the 20.
I think that was great effort and great execution all the way around. They blocked the kick, and then they formed the line to make sure they can return it, and no penalties. What a great job.
Yeah, almost took it in for 6, and now they're in excellent position, 1st and goal.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Barkley will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together. They got a chance of coming out with a W.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. McCaffrey on the toss right. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
The Falcons at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And the way they played last week defensively, when I watched the tape, I had to stop it a couple of times and count to make sure there were just 11 guys on their side of the field because they covered every angle and thoroughly shut down the other side. Hold them just 7 points total. They do that again, that'll get the job done one more time in a big way.
Well, the Falcons and Panthers, of course, division rivals. But it wasn't a great year for either offense last year, that's for sure. Look at the final numbers. The Falcons, they were 29th in the league in total yardage. The Panthers were 30th. Certainly both looking for an uptick here in 2022.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers' 29.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he didn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Barkley. And some room to work.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta. They'll run it again with Barkley. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
See the athleticism there. Brian Burns stopping him behind the line.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd quarter now, Falcon football.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down.
Back to throw.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14. From the the red zone now. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed quietly has told him, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's not a surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around. I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Colin Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down. Mayfield. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, the way things have been going to this one, Charles, it was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play, and they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular run it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse it.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers get a bit closer.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this, where that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
From the 6.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On play action. They'll throw. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a toss right to Barkley. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He went through to the football.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Colin Johnson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Falcons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. That time a 6-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. Now, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily, when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Mayfield. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. Open man is Robbie Anderson. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive action speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Quez Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson.
Finding room at midfield.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Carolina. As the first half is winding down.
And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's now 35-14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away from the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Some great games coming up this weekend, beginning with the NFL's first ever game in Germany. Seattle and Tampa Bay from Allianz Arena.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And the Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready.
At their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Albert Okuwebunan, the intended target.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now it's 3rd and 4.
That's caught left side, the tight end Pitts. And he is going to have a Falcons first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw again. And that's caught inside the 30.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw again.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
Colin Johnson.
His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game.
And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the shotgun to McCaffrey, dances by him, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Now a throw here to his running back. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Mayfield looks to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Mayfield. This is caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Throwing, Mayfield.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Well, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll run with Barkley. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
52 blaster.
On play action, they'll throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 34-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Ready.
They'll set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And this this is going to be incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
He'll find his tight end. That's Waller.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Quez Watkins
with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Falcons add on to their fourth quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
A first down throw for Mayfield. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
From the gun, Mayfield. Open man is Anderson. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? The game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because That's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch. And it's the rookie quarterback, Charles, coming through with yet another touchdown pass to pad the lead.
Did we come into this game where defense was optional? Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team moving at a little bit quicker pace than his opponents. The entire offense is going to get plenty of praise, but I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what their quarterback has done.
This take it in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And the numbers for him, pretty solid, really. He's run it well. He's caught it pretty well, but they're still far behind the 8 ball on the scoreboard.
Not able to use his talents, as you noted, to narrow the gap in the scoreboard. Sometimes it's a bend but don't break, right? He gets his yardage, that's cool, but it's not paying off on the scoreboard. They're not getting the points necessary. And if you're a defensive team, you'll give up that yardage for the kind of lead they have.
That's what I was going to ask you. Sometimes you say, let this guy do his thing. Let's control what we can control elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Take away the rest of the guys. Don't let them hurt you as well. But the biggest one is they contained him well enough that they've been able to increase their lead.
An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a 1st down here. To throw, Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
And again, it's Mayfield. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Fuller. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Mayfield with it once more. Flush to his right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Atlanta, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Carolina, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.
Boys make major moves, still the same ones that I came with. Up in a payment, told you we nothing to play with. Guess some things unchangeable. Me and my thirst insatiable. Tell me on big time, face on my rollie on big time. Facing my goals, that's a big climb. Still my flow is unshakable. Run it up, I cannot quit it. I need it, I ain't where I wanna be. I can admit it. Never submitting, I'm fighting my darkest of dogs. I am a force. I harbor the light that's inside of my heart. I write in my art and give you my story. You the witness. I came on a mission to give you my pain and give you my glory. This time I'm on the grind. Oh, I'm shining. Nothing can stop me. All these years, blood, sweat, and tears, but I'm still here. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop.
Dollar. Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring the in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. CGOD baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We throwing hundreds, we going insane.